Welcome to the Midas DP48 training. Let's begin with the power on sequence. First, let's plug in a shielded Ethercon cable to the AES-50 in jack until it firmly snaps in place. Next, if you have an SD card, it can be inserted at any time, but now is an easy time to do it. Insert with the proper orientation until it securely clicks into place. When the unit is already on, the SD icon will illuminate in the bottom left-hand corner of the display. Now, let's plug in our TRS stereo headphone cable into the back of the unit. It is labeled A and B for each side of the mixer. The top two jacks are for stereo headphones, while the bottom two are mono outputs. Now that the unit is prepped and ready, let's push in the latching power button located on the rear of the unit until it secures with a click inwards. The display should illuminate with a startup sequence. The sequence is completed when the green light on the rear is pulsing and the AB located on the lower part of the display becomes blue. Now, let's go over the power off sequence. Let's complete our power on steps in reverse to put away the unit. Press the power button, unplug the headphone jack, push in and then remove the SD card. Now, press and hold the tab at the top of the Ethercon jack to pull out the Ethercon cable. Let's go over the basic sections on the DP48 user interface. First, you have a large volume knob at the top of both A and B side. When the unit is turned on, it will ask you to turn down this primary volume knob to protect your hearing. Once your in-ear headphones are in, turn this up to your comfort level with both headphones in. Next, let's talk about the My Group knob. Some may know this as More Me. We will be utilizing the knob, the Mix A or B button, the Group section, and indicators on the display. If you know which of the 12 groups your primary input is assigned to, you can press and hold your Mix button and assign it to a group. It will then indicate this on the display when the assignment is successful. You will now have access to the volume on your group at all times. What about the other 11 groups? You can easily control any group volume by pressing the desired group, using the small group level knob assigned to your respective mix, whether A or B, setting your personalized mix of groups. What if the group is an actual group of channels rather than a single input? You can control each input's volume and pan with the following process. Let's utilize the Edit button, the Select Edit knob, and the left-right selection buttons. First, let's press the Edit button. Now, select the respective group of channels with one of the 12 buttons below. We can now use the Select Edit knob to turn up and down volume, or click it in momentarily to switch to the pan function. Using the left and right selection buttons, you can select the channels in the group, reading their channel names on the upper portion of the display. Many like channels may be assigned to the same group, and this mix of channels will set the group mix for both A and B. There is not currently a process to set this channel mix for each side. For panning each group independently for each side, you can select the group, press the pan button, and use the Select Edit knob to change the pan for A, or press it in momentarily to change it for B. The DP48 monitors contained a built-in room microphone to give you ambient room monitoring from your perspective. Press the mic button and treat this as its own group. You can see where the microphones are located at the top of the mixer. You can turn the level of this mic up or down using the group level and the select edit knob to pan for A, or press in momentarily to pan for B. This unit contains the ability to add reverb to any of the groups within your mix. Let's go over the process of selecting the type of reverb and following up with adding the perfect amount to each group. Press the Setup button and use the Select Edit knob to scroll downwards, twisting the knob clockwise to page 4. There are 4 different options for reverb. This is preference-based. Scroll to the option of preference and press in on the Select Edit knob momentarily to activate your selection. This sets the type of reverb for both users. Press the Setup button again to exit. Now, you can select the channel, press the Reverb button, and use the Select Edit knob to add more or less reverb to each group. Now, let's cover the basics of the 3-band parametric EQ, available to use on each group in the unit. This EQ setting will affect both users of the unit. Select the group you would like to EQ and press the low, mid, or high button. Adjust the setting with the Select Edit knob by first changing amplitude and pressing in momentarily to affect the frequency selection. This can add clarity to your in-ear mix. Lastly, let's go over how to save the settings of the unit to an SD card, along with recalling these settings later on. First, press both Setup and SD Record buttons simultaneously. Now, scroll over to the Write function and press the Select Edit knob to write data to the SD card. You must select a bank using the group buttons below to save the data. Make sure to press the Setup and SD Record buttons together again to exit. Let's repeat the process for recalling the data. Press the Setup and SD Record buttons together, scroll to the Read function, press the Select Edit knob. You may now choose your respective data slot to load from the group buttons located below. Press the Setup and SD Record buttons to exit. This concludes the Midas DP48 basic training. Thanks for watching.